with your host, Leslie Renee. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's good? This is your girl, Leslie Renee. And listen, you are locked into the music mix. And this, of course, is Jazz Inspirations. And I'm so glad to be here. And I hope you're glad to be here as well. Listen, today I have an amazing artist. I have an amazing guest. And I have been trying to get this guy to come on for years. And he is just that busy that you can't get up with this guy. And so I have this long introduction of things that he has done and places he has been. And you guys got to Google him because it really is a lot of information. But guess what? He wrapped it all up in this video, and I'm going to play this video for you guys right now. So keep it locked. And my guest will be on right after this. All right? Okie dokie. Here we go. Let me play this.
When I first started playing, my best friend as a kid, his mom had him taking piano lessons. And they didn't have a piano in their house yet. So she used to have him come to our house after school because we had a piano. And he would practice piano in our house. And that's how I learned, watching him. Because his mom would come down and make sure he was practicing. And my mom would say, you can go in there and watch him. And so basically, his mother taught me what his piano teacher was teaching him. Primarily, my biggest influence has been my older brothers. I'm the youngest of four. And I just happen to have really cool big brothers who had great taste in music. So, and they were all musicians. So I wanted to be like them from a really early age. So those are my primary influences. With attitude because I saw somebody walk into the room who had a captivating attitude and it caught my attention. It made me write that song. And I started thinking, well, I gotta have the right attitude to do what I'm doing. I was born with cerebral palsy, and like I said, I'm the youngest of four, and my brothers didn't really treat me any special kind of way because of it, which has really helped me. So when it came time for me to start wanting to be like them and play instruments, I didn't think of it as being a limitation. Started performing. My older brother Brent was playing with a man named Lil Joe Blue, and I started when I was in college. I would go and play with them. So that was my first. That's when I first started, and from that is how this band network started. So I've been performing 30 years now. This particular band has been in existence probably at least 15 years. But the reason we call it network is because I'm very blessed to be able to work with a lot of the best people around. And so the network talent pool and the network call sheet is large. And I only call the best.
Listen, put your hands together for my guest, Mr. Linny Nance. Nance. Hey,
Hey,
Lenny.
how you doing? What's going on?
I'm doing good. What's going on with you?
I'm in everything. Just trying to stay safe and stay positive.
And that is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me today for Jazz Inspirations. And you are definitely somebody that is inspiring. And again, like I told them before I played your intro, I've been trying to get an interview with you for the last couple of years. So I want to give a shout out right now to Miss Tamika Vickers.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah, she does her booking and get artists and everything. So shout out. Thank you, sister girl. So now that I got you locked in, listen, you are an inspiration and a testimony of living life without limits. And so tell us in your own words, outside of what we just saw in the video, who you are, man of God, dad, what?
All of those things. All of those things.
Mhm.
Like I said, I've been fortunate to have really good role models in my older brothers and my family and stuff. So, yeah, I'm a father. Got 3 daughters. Two of them are grown now. That's a trip. If you'd told me I was gonna be married and have kids, man. Anyway, yeah. So they're 21, 18, and 11. They're very
Wow.
talented.
Hmm.
Yeah. And uh, I do play at church on Sunday. There's a lot of us do, and that's an
Yes,
integral
sir.
part of life. And I find that it's the way for me to feel closest to God is when I'm playing. You
That is
know,
definitely
so
awesome, awesome. Jesus. I'm excited. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. I got so many questions. I was just like, let me figure out how to narrow it down because I really can't hold up your time. So, have you taught your daughters how to play the keyboard?
I didn't really teach them; they taught themselves. They play guitar and sing, and they're good too. They about to do some big things, so I'm excited.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Next
Mhm.
generation of
Yeah, I'm excited.
Nances
It's
coming
fun.
through.
Well, it's a lot of us. My nephews, my nephews are artists. My
Hmm.
brother's kids. Terrence Nance is the creator of a show called Random Acts of Flyness on HBO,
Oh,
and
wow.
so yeah. So there's him, and both of his brothers um, are artists as well. Jory
Hmm.
Nance is a singer, and he's been in that show. And Nelson Bandela is the younger brother, my youngest nephew. Well, my youngest nephew from that brother, and
Hmm.
he's an artist as well. And then um, I have a niece that sings, and another niece that's a photographer. It's we real blessed, man. It's art everywhere.
Multi-talented family. Yes, sir. Wow. All right. So you said that your brothers are your biggest influences. Well, in the mainstream, outside of your brothers, what other artists kind of inspired you for the Linny Nance sound?
Um, well, two artists that I got to work with and were mentors of mine are mentors of mine. One of them we just lost is Mr. Lucky Peterson. I toured all over the world with Lucky Peterson. He passed away a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks
Um,
ago, yeah.
mhm. Lucky Peterson, the greatest. And then the other one is I was real fortunate to meet and work with and learn from Bernard Wright.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so
The heavy hitters.
yeah, both of those guys really influential in what I'm doing, and not just me, but a lot of guys.
Hmm.
I say that everybody I know that can play the blues, Lucky taught them. And then, because I mean, fortunately, everybody I know, he introduced me to all of his people that,
His
um,
circle.
right, right.
Wow. Lucky
And
Peterson,
I'm
yeah.
not just talking about around here. I'm talking about around the world.
Worldwide, yeah.
yeah,
Lucky
yeah,
Peterson. Yeah,
yeah,
I know who Lucky Peterson was.
yeah,
Rest
yeah,
in peace. Yeah, he just passed away a couple of
yeah,
weeks ago, and so yeah, man, that guy was a beast. And
yeah,
if you're not a
yeah.
jazz aficionado, if you don't know Lucky Peterson, so wow. So I name drop. Who else have you worked outside of Lucky Peterson?
Well, Lucky and Nard, and from down here, Yarborough and Peoples. That was one of my first
Okay.
formative year gigs too, working with
Hmm.
Cave and Alisa. Um, let's see, Buddy Miles.
Mm.
Um, I got to do some work with him. Let me see who else. James Ingram.
Oh
James
wow.
Ingram. That was one of my early touring jobs. Was with James Ingram, and we
Hmm.
toured for 6 months with Patti LaBelle. That was pretty cool.
Wow.
Um, a lot of people. A lot of people.
Man, you've been doing this thing. You've been in this game, Lenny, for 30 years.
Yeah, that's hard to believe, but yeah, something like that.
30 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild because my oldest son just turned 30. So I can kind of relate to that. I'm like, man, I have a 30-year-old. So I know like your mind is trying to wrap around,
Yeah, I
man.
think I did
30
that.
years
I
is
think
a long
I'm
time.
trying to think if I did the math right. Let's see. Okay, so 86, 96, 2000. Yeah, about 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
Jesus, have mercy. So I did wind up getting some music from you when I first started this radio thing. Um, and the CD, I had three songs off of it that I just play all the time. One was called So
Cool.
Smooth, one
Yeah.
was called Yeah, and the other one was called Gratitude.
Oh, thank you.
I played Gratitude on my inspirational station because it's so mellow and I put some scriptures to it. And I'm like,
Oh,
you can
that's
just
nice.
definitely feel the anointing of God on that
That's
song.
nice.
So today I'm gonna play Yeah. So tell me about this song, Yeah. Do you remember your frame of mind when you were doing this song?
Yeah, there was a sample of Nona Hendrix
Hmm.
just singing the word yeah, and it just inspired me to write. It came out like um the sample came out as a sound on one of the keyboards that I used to own.
Hmm.
So when I heard that, you used to hit the sample and it would and she would sing and then she sing the little riff, and so it's kind of loosely based on that riff, and she would say yeah. So that's how it's got its name.
That's how it's got its name. All right, let me pull up my screen and share because we'll get ready to enjoy that. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. And so, guys, check this one out. Woo! That had a nice
Well,
groove to it.
that was something. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I love
Thanks for
that song.
playing
It
it.
had a nice groove to it, man. You saw me over here getting down with it. I saw
Thank
you
you. I
doing a little
appreciate
head nod every now and then.
it. Yeah, man, that was fun.
Yeah, man, it's got a smooth sound to it. I get my car and hit I-20, me riding for a minute. Okay.
That's cool.
So
All
you
right.
are also an accomplished producer.
Yeah, yeah. I've been doing that just about the same, pretty much the same amount of time.
Uh-huh.
Uh, one of my first production jobs was this group from South Dallas called Destiny, a singing group called Destiny,
Uh-huh.
and we had a single that played on 104 uh, for the summer that it came out. I think it came out like '89.
Woo,
Um,
man, went back.
yeah. It was like that was black when Black Radio Exclusive was still a magazine, and Jack the Rapper and all that stuff was still going on. That was pretty fun. That was a pretty nice introduction into my production thing. But right now, the I just did a record on a lady named Monica Moore. That's really good.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's called Love Life Music Part One. It's an EP. It's really good.
Oh,
Um,
man.
yeah, she's got a really soulful, sultry voice, and
Uh-huh.
it was a lot of fun doing her record. Uh, so that yeah, there's her, and then I've been working with Candy Williams pretty much the same amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Monica's somebody I just been working with about a year, but Candy Williams and I have known each other since before I knew how to play an instrument.
Wow, that's way back.
Yeah, so because she and my brother were she was in a band and he was in a band and they would do shows together, and that's how I
Okay.
met her. So I probably known her since I was about 14 or 15.
Jesus, yeah, you said 89, man. I
Mm.
had just got out of high school. I was still living in New York back then, man. I wasn't married, didn't have my son or nothing. So yeah, you kind of went back a little bit. So
Yeah,
what's
man.
next? What's next for you, Mr. Nance? What kind of projects you got going on now?
I've been working with a few people. There's a spoken word artist named Zamil, Ephraim
Mhm.
Zamil, who does. I'm on several of his records, and we actually had a concert get canceled
COVID.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's him, and then there's a R&B singer named Van Gogh who who has a couple of singles out that I produced. He's a pretty good guy.
Okay.
And then the band's just here in town playing. Every Monday night I host with Liz Michael, the fabulous, incredible, outstanding actress and star of stages and screens and singing and everything. Liz Michael. Every
It's
Monday we're
Michael.
at the Balcony Club. Um,
Okay.
so I'm gonna do that. I do a solo set starting around 8 o'clock, and then the band comes in around 9:30, and we get the open mic thing going. What we've been doing since the pandemic is the place just opened back up a couple weeks ago. So
Uh-huh.
we used to have like just a sign up sheet, and there would be like 30 or 40 people that signed up. So right
Mm-hmm.
since it's sort of limited space, and we're trying to limit the number of people that get on the stage. We're doing like 5 or 6 featured artists
Okay.
um, uh, per Monday. So we're doing that. Um, so like I'll do that tonight, and I just got word that I'll be at Chocolate Secrets over in Oak Lawn this Wednesday at 7:30 with my band, and
Oh,
then
wow.
this Saturday I'm doing a thing at I think it's called the Warehouse on Berry for Jim Austin Online. He's doing a Juneteenth festival Friday, Saturday,
Oh,
and
wow.
Sunday,
That
and
should be
so
awesome.
we perform Saturday. But you can find all that on my website. It's funkygroovemusic.com, or you can go to Linny Nance Music on pretty much all the social media. And then YouTube is I think YouTube is Funky Groove Music. But yeah. Mm. So you
All
can
right.
find me. I'm definitely it's available out there.
Yo, I told you the other day that, yeah, all they got to do is Google your name. They're going to find you all across the board. Listen, you guys, I'm a co-sign on this. Get his music. Um, Available on digital platforms. Go to his website, purchase it, put it in your library. And I want to thank you for taking time. You're a busy man. I'm gonna come in and get on one of those open sets and
Please do.
yeah, see if y'all let me
Please do.
unleash my choppers. It's been a minute since I got
And
behind the
then
mic, but
there's another thing that I've been doing at this place in Arlington called the Spot Bar. The Spot
I know what
Bar
that's at.
Live. It's on Division.
I know where it's at.
So we've been trying. It's a brand new spot, so we're trying to get that thing popping. But all
Okay.
like I said, all of that is on my website or social media. You'll be able to find where we're at. Please come out and support, man. I know. I mean, we want you to stay safe. We want you to keep social distance and wear masks and do everything you're supposed to do. But
Exactly.
support your artists. I mean, even if I got to, do live streams from the living room, I'm down for doing that too. Um,
Definitely. You see a lot
so,
of artists that are doing that, and then they're putting their cash app up there, just like as if they're doing a tip jar. Because you're right, we
right,
want to stay safe, and
right,
definitely, I'm a big fan of indie artists and supporting. That's what this platform is all about: showcasing and getting the word out there and letting everybody know there's some
right.
awesome music and awesome talent right here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. And so,
Yeah,
before we jump up off of this video, I want you to look dead into that camera because you are the epitome. You are the walking, breathing testimony of someone who is living life, living your best life without limits.
I
If
appreciate
somebody
that.
is out there, yeah, if somebody's out there limited by finances, or they're limited in their mind saying that they can't do it, or if they have a physical limitation, what can you say to them at this moment to encourage them?
I would just say whatever your dream is, follow it. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it, because um, you don't want to live your lifetime like if I had it or if I would have, I should have. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You have to do it, and you won't know unless you do it. So whatever your dream is now, and I would say there's people out here everywhere to help you achieve whatever you're trying to achieve.
Right.
And if your thing is singing and and you need vocal lessons, get you a vocal coach. If your thing is playing an instrument, get with those people so that you can present the best you possible. Um, and then the other thing is media and social marketing and all of that. Uh, if that's not your thing, there are people out here that do that. You know,
Exactly.
um,
Exactly.
so there's help out here for you to do what you're trying to do. Um, but you have to do it. That's what I would say.
Thank you so much. And that is a whole lot right there. All right, y'all heard it from the man himself, living life without limits, living his best life, doing a thing. You guys make sure you follow him on all social media, Mr. Linny Nance, the network. Go to his website, Buy his music, support, support, support. And again, this is your girl, Leslie Renee. Thank you for tuning in to Jazz Inspirations. And you guys know I'm here on Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you are an artist and you want to be featured, hit your girl up. My website is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. You can hit me up at the Music Mix with Leslie Renee on Facebook. Find me, send me your stuff, and we'll make it pop. Until the next time, God bless. Thank you, Mr. Lenny. All
Thank
right.
you. All right.
All right. And you guys take care, okay? We're
All
out.
right.
The Music Mix with Leslie Renee presents Jazz Inspirations. Join host Leslie Renee for in-depth conversations with new artists to discuss their music, their art, and their passion. Follow The Music Mix with Leslie Renee on Facebook and check out her website, www.therealleslie.renee.com for showtimes and listings.